everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name's Alex. I'm standing outside Stamford Bridge after a 2-1 win against Crystal Palace. And Nina, you did not have the pleasure of experiencing what I experienced in Wolverhampton. And you know what? There's a lot of Chelsea fans that are sick and tired of what they've been seeing. Lewis, Ben, the list goes on. People have said, you know what? Why am I spending my hard-earned money to come and watch Chelsea stink up the building every single week? And you could argue that there were moments where we still were very sloppy, but it shows that there is a togetherness because we managed to get a result.
It's true. I mean, it's been a rough year, hasn't it? You know, 2023 is coming to an end, but we've been here since last year, and it's been such a cycle of, you know, going through hope and then having your hopes crushed when you come to the next league game, and then it's round. You know, I said in my last episode of Round the Corner, I said I should rename the show Round and Circles because, you know, we win and then there's a lift in the club and then we lose and then we get a draw, and it's been so up and down and inconsistent. So it's just nice to at least come here tonight and get our last home game of the year with a win, you know. So the standards unfortunately are low, so I am happy. You know, our record at Stamford Bridge this year has been beyond shocking. You know, people pull up the stats, they're alarming, aren't they? So to get a win tonight, yeah, it had to be difficult, but we won.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, we have the most losses in the league for this year, as in 2023.
Yeah.
We have the most losses. How many losses, Father, do we have this year? Do you know how many we have?
Too many.
I think it's like 19 or something. It's silly.
Yeah, no, it's true. But you know what? Yeah, we got the win tonight. It had to be more difficult than it could have been. You know, it came down to a penalty deciding the winner, and then Noni Mudryk rescued the day, basically. Really happy for him. I thought we'd set up tonight with Nkunku in the 10, Mudryk on the left, Mudryk on the right, and Jackson or Broya up top, either or. But obviously he played Ian Maatsen there, and I thought maybe this is because of pre-season. You know, they were big game players in pre-season. Mudryk, Maatsen, Jackson, you know, those link-ups. They looked a lot better together. We were sold that dream, and then it sort of came crushing down when Nkunku got injured. Mudryk obviously didn't play in pre-season because he was injured as well, wasn't he? Then he had that fallout with Poch, so he sort of went under the carpet. But I think Poch came out tonight wanting to bring back that spark that we saw in pre-season. And at times you could see those link-ups, you know, coming forward in attack. Jackson with the back heel passes that we saw in pre-season as well. So it was almost like deja vu, but at times a little bit sloppy in that sort of final third moment. But yeah, got the job done. Again, chances missed as well. Jackson, here I'm going to spotlight you, mate, because as much as I loved some of your passes in that final third, the finishing product, where was it? Just before he scored that offside goal, you saw that missed chance. Those are really the chances that separate you from losing and winning, and strikers are supposed to be those players that step up and finish those chances, so you don't need to find yourself in a position where a penalty is going to decide if you win or lose the game, you know. Yes, okay, he scores an offside goal, wow, hail Jackson, but you know, we saw that type of finish. As a striker, you should be able to craft your goals well, and he can't do that. It's the truth. He's been on poor form recently, and it's been disappointing. But anyways, let's talk about Mudryk, who I thought looked so bright, running down that left wing, really electric as well. And I love the fact that he takes on his player as opposed to passing back. We've got enough passes back in our team, you know. You see that when we sort of win the ball in midfield, everyone sort of freezes and we're static, and then we'll look back and we'll pass it. It ends in our back line when we're outside our box, we're trying things. Stop looking backwards, you know, try and cut in, try and do something, make it happen in the attack. And I'm really happy that Nkunku is a big sort of part to that puzzle now. You know, he does try to look forward. Some of his visions are brilliant, you know, he tries to see and make that diagonal pass in behind of a defender. Sometimes our players will follow it through, sometimes they won't, but that's what you will get with Nkunku. So I'm really, really happy that he's back.
Yeah, people won't appreciate that first goal and how influential Nkunku is in terms of he didn't make the first pass, but then the second one he's still being positive, which you don't see from a lot of our players, because if they miss, they lose the confidence and they pass backwards or they give it away.
Yeah, and let's talk about that first goal, because big ups to Malo Gusto. And you know what, I didn't realise he made that initial pass to Nkunku. He made made that run in behind him, which was basically a sprint to get himself on that left-hand side as well to pass it into Mudryk. Like, what a beautiful link-up. Malo Gusto was immense tonight. And you know what, Alex? If recruitment did one thing right in summer, it was bringing in Malo Gusto as a very fit number 2 for our favourite Reece James, who unfortunately is now injury prone. It seems that we can't rely on him to see us through at least one season without getting injured. So to have Malo Gusto there is very reassuring. You know, start him there. He deserves to start. He was very involved, and like I said, he looks forward. You know, when Desassi's at right back, he passes back. He doesn't overlap. Malo Gusto does. When he gets the ball, 9 out of 10 times he'll attempt to cross, and you know, he'll try and find someone in the box. Desassi doesn't do that. So you really inhibit the game on the right. So Malo Gusto for me is an absolute must-starter from here on. I mean, if tonight didn't show you, Pochettino, that he is a brilliant player, then I don't know what game will.
Yeah, I mean, we have to talk about Sterling as well, because in your preview, same as everyone, nobody wanted Sterling to play, and thank God he was on a yellow anyway, so he wasn't able to play. I was having a chat with Charlie just before we started filming, and he said to me, it's a pleasure just to not be able to watch Sterling play football. And like, this isn't a personal attack on him, but what he did against Wolves, for me and many other Chelsea fans, is considered unforgivable in terms of the situation we're in. And he can be so sloppy when you're the most experienced player. You're supposed to be the main man. But we've shown that even with youngsters, we are able to produce. And maybe Poch should take a lesson out of this and continue starting Madueke and other players who are giving you more than Sterling.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you can excuse the inconsistency of the youngsters when they like put on performances like that, or perhaps when they miss chances, but with Sterling there's no excuse. My expectations for Sterling are through the roof because he comes with that Premier League titles, played in a best City side, played under Pep, you know, is on 300 plus wage bills a week. What is your excuse? It simply isn't good enough. And like you said, Wolves could have been a completely different game if Raheem Sterling had simply passed or chosen a corner or chipped the keeper. You know, it's wrong decision making time and time again, and frankly I'm not going to buy it. If he does start the next league game and he scores, I'm not going to be hailing him, because you know he's going to go missing the next one. And it's players like Madueke and Mudryk that he is hindering starts from, because he keeps starting and he will get chosen. Do you think that Pochettino is going to reward Madueke with game time? Let's be honest, he's not, because frankly I don't think he likes him. He will start Sterling again because he's one of our experienced players, and that's how you see players like Madueke just rot on the bench because, you know, they won't see game time. I think tonight he only just came on because Ian Maatsen started struggling. I don't think there was actual you know, intention with that substitution or anything. I don't think he even wanted to bring him on, you know, but it's players like that where you need to be rewarding with game time. Pochettino, he made the difference tonight.
Yeah, I don't understand it, because Madueke, it's like last season. He was our best player towards the end of last season, and it's similar at the moment. When he comes on, you can see the impact he made against Wolves. It's the same again. He might not have scored, but anyone with a pair of eyes can see that he's benefiting the team.
Yeah, exactly. So really they should be starting, but hey, you know, it's not our call to make. Obviously Ian Maatsen isn't a favourable player for Pochettino. I mean, he won't start him at left back, suddenly starts him on the wing though. Yeah, that makes sense. When, you know, we have games where we're playing centre backs in full back positions, you know, Ian Maatsen still won't start. So, you know, Poch, you can't blame us for questioning some of your, you know, tactical choices, some of your choices with lineups as well, because we look at our bench, it's not like we don't actually have that many options, but you will consistently play Levi Colwill at left back, let him struggle. Sometimes he tracks back and you can see that he positionally is unaware. He doesn't know who he's covering. And as a young centre back that's just growing and just developing, you're supposed to be placed in your natural position and develop from there, not be switched in and out of those sort of two positions every single game, because that's not how you become a better player. And frankly, like Poch, if we're clever enough to spot that, why aren't you? You know,
maybe he knows something that we don't.
Well, I don't know. Clearly, yeah, but you overcomplicate things that don't need to be complicated. Play players in their positions where they can thrive, where they can develop. Let them build the chemistry together. Stop changing and chopping things like Graham Potter did last season. You know, if you at least want to save your reputation as a manager, if you want to install some faith in yourself as a manager, don't come out and put these lineups and change things throughout the game like they don't make sense. Because yeah, frankly, it's gonna hinder our game more than it will help us. Like Pochettino himself said that we are our own enemies. injuries. Yeah, but Poch, you don't help us, you know, when you come out with lineups like that sometimes.
Yeah, and just to finish off, Romeo Lavia making his debut today.
Yeah.
We've got more players than we even realised because there's been so many injuries, but it's nice to see him coming back, and I thought he was okay when he came off the bench.
Yeah, brilliant. And I think this is perfect timing as well, isn't it? Because obviously Enzo's out now, Caicedo doesn't seem 100% fit, Gallagher's obviously our fittest and our first choice midfielder every single game, so it's nice to have him available. I thought, yeah, he looked bright. Obviously saw some moments of him. I mean, he looked amazing last season, obviously at Southampton. Like, that's why we brought him in. Very exciting. I'm sure that he's eager to fight for his place, and maybe it won't be so bad to see a midfield of 3 as well moving forward when we do have all of our midfielders available. He obviously has things to bring, so I'm excited. You know, it's a welcome choice to have. For me tonight, Caicedo struggled a little bit. He didn't seem 100% on it. He seemed to fall over every time he got the ball or pushed off very easily. I think physically he's a little bit weaker. I think obviously Crystal Palace had a lot of physicality as well in their team tonight, so I think that didn't help him either. But yeah, I mean, obviously Lavia, very excited to have him, see what he's about, and yeah, I mean, great to see his return tonight.